Church will be a good morning. We are to Samba Gyafla, the free new, dear. Regional Minister Asumama Manfuare, Abeyo Hani, Utun for her. Almost had a small tune for to see a small tune for smart Asanteman there. I want my home toy was Sampa had that. Yes, you be a shade. You knew be a bonnet, and it's a regional minister to Musuma, and my move refugee. Ebe yes, so we are buying the air. Ebe head, you be going near buying the echo. Rain ya buying Juma. We nya ban dwuma we nya ban ne boss abra we hwe bra pa poti hwe de hwe hwa da ya nipa dem na motimi asomo mo be sa na obi aya gazette no omo si edida gazette kin e chindi ya ewura ewura na omo do atofom no no turu sama Gyafla bra omo bo che omo sese no ma sese bibia yakonya kora ewura omo bu akonya ne nan che Asanteman flag no mo ya to atwene se yeso Asanteman de ya Bonnie Benny.
So, be sound say, the two no for they should ask the legal question. Is it lances? Of course. Is it for protection? Is it the fact that to let someone that flash you machine if you 1, 2, 3? Is it the fact that you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And so you are telling me that I should not protect myself?
Self-defense,
of course. And so the laws of the country allow for self-defense, allow the right for you to buy a gun and lances it. You can't say you knew your control should be so, but it's important we protect ourselves.
Abusian for Mobia Kwaba at the bar by Grace TV. So this is a trade young pony for Panto. Abusian Obia, where I say she beam. Now in my some will see or Sampa. Yeah, yanka be shame. I bet told you want to interfere, say, of course, Sampa. Na Samba Gyafla out of me, Sampa mine and a him feet, Sammy. A little be a cobra if you are me a bumble for a slap for any opposite for. I mean, your coy, I watch a dipani be a bruni pani be we are crying there. And you may be all on the come like Bassa. The money are crying, Asanteman Frank, with your what you know form. Na Samba Gyafla and Funny on make for any brand new style of Shaka to Filina, or you do form. Amateurs, I'm all bob pictures now. And I had dream. Sabre, and the brandy of free Sampa, our dear SC in Lancaster. The Munchi will say. Send or tell, but the normal cardia farm. Says the other on Bobby to say the baby boy. Ama Aspigaba. Come home, you know, the brandy aquabana free. You be able to come here, Aquaba.
Joshua.
Apumbo,
Darma, Yaboko.
You know, body as. When the restaurant went down, what did you actually for Darma?
Wadarma, Mefi Sampa. And I, Mefi Sampa, I'm a subject of the Sampa stool. And for that matter, I belong to the Sampa stool. Into to let someone Gyafla, Emil Fanimpo, or Darma.
There's another disabranti.
Wadarma, I'm a Brashim, then Dana.
Okay, Matia. And now, disabranti any into us way. Yan Kabishi, and yet I also want SC, I was Sampa, and Nora. Edi akasa na cost portal towards the champion.
Wadarma, I'm say my friend Akonya Shabi na Yema Santin Kotokohin na Akwaba.
Okay.
Shabi Wadarma Ochian Nachikakra and run over Bedue.
Okay.
Konya Bisha, Esha, Nedi and Idi, and Shabi Ubumano, the manager Jampa. You're in any shop, F. One Akwaba, one Akwaba Percussion. They are Oba, Chibiano. Resum amana effect. Yeah, say Ocean monitor far. Yeah, is very simple. I think it's important that we put this matter in perspective. And we want to discuss this matter in a sense of a national agency.
Okay.
There's an attempt by the ruling government to distort history, and there's an attempt by the ruling government to undermine the authority of the Asante nation.
Wow.
What we are saying is today, who define who? And then Obi my opinion because of the constitution of this country.
Okay.
And today somebody is a chief because of the constitution of this country. Obia when the Bobre Nienti Asebu Obi Eda Akonyabiso. Let nobody deceive himself that because he's in government and for that matter he can undermine the authority of one power of government. What we are saying is very simple. What we are saying is the fact that does the Sampa stool belong to the Asante nation or not?
Okay.
And for that matter, is government aware? And government is aware. Government is aware. So once government is aware, that is why we are saying, Sampa, no, the government is part of the problem and is supporting them. The reason why we are saying so, Yura, any Sampa mine, has been to the seat of government, and they know who is the overlord of the Sampa Traditional Council. But time and again, they pretend. Emma, fast forward, near Kanisha, a couple of days ago, the president of this nation, Eba Brun region, Oba Aprabo, right? And then he came to the Brun region, and then on record, he said, Shebi, Abain Ensihin. That was what he said. But you see, the president was not being sincere, he was not truthful. And I say so respect, and I say so because the president was not fair. The reason why the president was not fair in the fact that in the video, the president was greeting that young guy who you know very well that he's not the overlord. By your conduct, by your conduct, you know, all support Sampa and Sampa mine. O conduct. You know what me? Why what was he doing there? Exactly. What was he doing there? Because it was a national in character, and once it was a national in character, there must be that respect, there must be that recognition. And so clearly the National Democratic Congress, and then including the president and Dormaahene are calling the bluff of the Asante nation, are calling the bluff of the Asanteman, and they are calling the bluff of Tum for that he has no authority. Because near that time, a couple of days ago, Dormaahene invaded Sampa with national security in grand style. In national security, or in national security in the Bahonum, and by the endorsement of the Muntaka, but no, they came and stormed there, and that is why we say you know honor. That is why they did that funeral there. They stormed there with national security, with the support of Muntaka, with the support of the Bon regional minister and the Chieftaincy minister. So clearly, it's a clear demonstration that the National Democratic Congress, led by the president, has said or undermine the authority of Ira or Sampa.
Wow.
What we are saying is Sampa part of Asante nation or is not part of Asante nation? It's not about politics. You are not prepared to do politics. We are saying what is the constitutional mandate of the ruling that he gave. The ruling that he gave, is he having an effect? It's having an effect. And that is why Sebi Omar Ombesra, the upper west, no, upper east, Sebi Ahim for four Mesra era, the seat of government. He told them that he is prepared to deal with the gazetted chief.
Exactly.
And so the question,
the law is the law.
The law is the law. So the question, therefore, we are asking: has the Sampa, the overlord of Sampa Traditional Council, has he been gazetted or he has not been gazetted? And that's important that we appreciate some of this principle. Okay. But the same principle I am today. I am a President Mahama, I am the president of this country. It's the same principle, and then will be all in. Okay. And so why do you therefore rely on politics and you allow some few group of people to misinform, distort, and misbehave? Okay. And that is why overnight, there was a grand invasion by the military. They vandalized. Sebi Yera in Fujina and Asanteman Funin, Nisebi flag. They destroyed the military. Wow. Abain is the military, so which means Abain and they could destroy a particular group of people, a more authority. And here we are saying is the military and the SRNO. And that is why we are saying the government is involved. And that is why the Asante nation man set up. Sebi Minister Yera, Sebi Otia Nancy Kakra, Otia Nancy no Adarma, or the Netija Obi, or the Netija, or the Netija, Sebi Yera, offensive Mahene. And I know and I believe and I'm very certain that Nana offensive Mahene ever can Yuma channel. And then let's understand in this country that nobody is powerful than anybody. We are in a constitutional democracy. And once you are in a constitutional democracy, you have accepted the fact that you allow the rule of law to work. So once you accept the fact that the rule of law to work, let nobody pretend that he's powerful. Dormaahene, he's a judge of the appeal court, or your appeal court judge. It is your appeal court judge, no visa and I'm to a right to ever hano, and now to a Ghana, no visa, no to me. Why don't you go to court and set it aside, and then you keep on misbehaving as if you are an authority? And unfortunately, the government or the day keep on endorsing him. The government is supporting him, and we are saying so confidently.
Government is supporting Dormaahene.
Do you know why he's supporting him? Because that is why the reason why he's supporting. When President Mama was in the Bono region, President Mama should have made an emphatic that look, there is an overlord in Sampa. Your President Mama know it's a law that Omagaze to be. So President Mama, you don't go there and say, "Yeah, now some bimbra." Say, "Do your man penyin ya to abama." Ya say when monyam besom ye. The ankase besom party for ye. Besom Ghana, mine. Come and serve, come and show fidelity to the law of this country. We did not vote for you because of MPP and DCs. Which is a becano kwe. Nye can say, shout to me, ISF and wine any dia. President Mama, you know. Why don't you tell another Dormaahene the truth? So can say, yeah, here now some be brass, but you know And meanwhile, to let someone Gyafla has been at the seat of government. So you should tell Odobroni that look, there's an authority. Now, Mr. President, what that woman? Sabi, Oniera, Omontini Boniso, Mensia, any Aban Anthony Boniso. To a down say Aban, Epenocre, Ewo Sampa himself. Sabi Aban Penocre woman, President Mobihu. But you know the politician, time and again, deliberately, they manipulate no more that damo, and then they manipulate the minds of the people, and then they take advantage of the people, and then enforce their beliefs. They will continue to be in government. We are not saying they should not be in government, but we are saying and why are they hiding under politics, under the regional minister, under the authority of Muntaka and the Chieftaincy minister to keep on destabilizing the society?
Now you've mentioned Interior Minister Honorable Muntaka. What about regional minister? And after about say 1 year academy. Why do you always bring in Interior Minister? We
have voted for the government, and we have voted for you. So be Dino Kwe, I'm a Ghana for. Tini can say when Sampa say the Interior Minister in charge of security. You know very well, so no crowd when you go to say document. Now could be say one Sampa with whom. It is all who no crema. Now here say in Kofo Kubia, Umutu and Mutubi and Sanfatano. Why am I say Unio Modele?
The Omwa original
sanity about time and again. Omuba. No matter invading, and that is why exactly that they did in the house yesterday by the authority of the military. Vandalize should be a fear. They wanted to show power. They know but China said now Dormaahene and I say he will keep on misbehaving or misconducting and keep on telling the people say the recognition of to let someone Gyafla or Sampa minor and to time and again only the regional minister ever can boom. So the regional minister should tell us, meeting Ben a security threat. They were able to invade to let someone Gyafla premises. Okay. They should tell us that minutes. Somebody time and again I said be matching in crop of fear. Man for Johnny Abedan Honum. Time and again keep on attacking him. Why and anyone and cannot. The government should not lie to the people. The government should be frank with the people, and the government any Ghana for any non Monkas and Yomi and Mutunu and Semfata as an Sampa, Domra. Ewa manye ewa kumanum the can say Sampa mine Asanteman and Asanteman. That is a legal question. It's not a political question. So you cannot use politics to solve this. You can manipulate the system, but for how long? It's not going to work.
Wow. Now let's take it back from in himself nanumbi ya nkabi an shebe tese omsna na no Sampa mine okwa no ombe na yi na the man here and say na yi ombe ya see court injunction kwa by say however,
and so this is a clear another demonstration of the fact that government is supporting them. So I wanted to let someone Gyafla and this year Sebi Nana Ediana Ewuye Sebi Wadaroma no say Okoye Neye. There was an overwhelming government support. Injunction to let someone Gyafla and ye no are now Boka Bibia. But however, fast forward. Why have they allowed Farouk? The Samodia guy said Uncle Ye. Meanwhile, there's an injunction, a lawful authority in the country said manager. Because the regional minister endorsed that position, because the interior minister endorsed that position, because the member of parliament endorsed that position, and they believe they are in government, and for that matter, Ghana belongs to them. Enti Omba Chana Mutuno. I didn't know stop to let someone Gyafla say money near you, and meanwhile, radio Moalano, and money here. This clearly is an orchestrated attempt by the government to sabotage the Asante nation by the endorsement of Muntaka and time and again because of Muntaka, the Muntaka Wadaroma, you are a Swansea boy, you are a Muslim boy, Sebi, Watchanga, Asanteman, when Munyam, no Crebium, be a bit Ukoy, Renima, bit maybe San Ocreum, but why are you pretending that you are not aware? You've taken sides. We have no problem of taking side, but we are saying we have. Of course, we are taking allegation. Of course, respectfully, we are saying government have taken sides. Okay. The reason why government have taken sides is the fact that we are surprised as to the posture of government. We are very surprised, and that's why we say government have taken sides because there's a document. My birth certificate in it. There's a document to indicate that to let someone that from Sampa mine. So why is government failing to accept it? So once you are failing to accept it, which means you have taken sides. You also be so person and as well as no but you are not prepared to listen to the truth, and that's why we are saying you are taking sides. And that's why we are going to force you to look to the document. Now, yeah, Sampa mine, and that's why we are saying they've taken sides. What's your name in our Daroma? And you are not saying that we want to attack them based on politics, but we are attacking them based on their posture and their conduct now. Say we omuni edino. What you say? That's why you are saying so.
Okay. So as it stands now, I learned say one na Gyafla feel one nipa bi ko hye omo fie. How many ko hye omo fie?
Eh say we wa Daroma na ai nana Dormaahene ni tax.
Oh,
of course, he is enabling them. He is supporting them. And that is why when President Nba, the Bon region, the ball was there. The ball was there under the authority of Dormaahene. And of course, he was there. He's there. He there, the president of the country. But the neighbor, are we serious in this country?
Wow.
If you are serious, are we going to allow this injustice to take place? But of course, we can't force you to do what is right. But at all times, the law will take its course and the right thing will be done. And that is why we are saying they are part of the problem. What you want to say, Minia? It is so they were there. They were there.
Wow. No,
Omo Koshe, Wadarma, Omo say, if you know, or some of the attacks.
Wow.
And I'm saying with the toxic endorsement on another Dormaahene, because Omo imagine say they are not going to allow to let some of the flat to reign. What they are going to do is to be violent. And the reason why they are going to be violent, they say, abandon every support to me, who can report to Kwana, they will not, nothing will happen. And that's why they're taking advantage of it. And that is why we are saying, say, we want to use this advantage and this opportunity to call on the Asantehene. Misebi, I don't think I can speak. And I mean to me in Kasa and my era. But I think the ICNU is very powerful, it's very worrying, it's very disturbing. And it's important that the Asantehene must rise and defend and diffuse the illegality and another Dormaahene to the tax and of government. Yeah, cost no time. Obiani to me and she will be a Babesho Bifi, or Jana to let someone Gyafla, Masan Bechomo Abu Bomo, Ediomo, Enfonina by media, so as if they are criminals. But you know very well, you know the criminals. You know Muni Momo Koso, the Ecosu Okumono. But you decided out of politics. Chemo ko chinkrofobi na sebi undima omunfunya beto wonom actually this is the truth. We are prepared and we will avail ourselves to the truth. If the government want to find out the truth, we are going to avail ourselves. They should not do propaganda. The regional minister should not do propaganda. Time and again, I can't try buying. Say the regional minister is part of the problem. Of course, it's part of the problem. And we say the interior minister is part of the problem, and the sector minister, Ahmed Ibrahim, are a part of the problem. Or a part of the problem. He's part of the problem.
Chieftaincy minister,
oh, of course, he's part of the problem. Or name Shebi. We are not saying economic friends. Now, down for the original Zongo caucus, now down for our friend Brahma Mosi, or in the Koba, he's again, he's an anti to let Gyafla. And for that matter, they know themselves and they've been misbehaving in that character. No, come on, why not? Sebi, I didn't pa and a kawa, Otimico Council, my handsome, I must be about Untimin Sampa de Manima. Sebi, you are a sector minister, you know who is the authority, you know when I am Sampa my hen. So what's my council and Sam? I'm a Asumbe Atodia, and it's not Sampa there. Why are you pretending that you are not aware? Why don't you tell them the truth? And that's why we are saying he's part of it. And he cannot pretend that he's not part of it. But whether he's been part of it or he's not part of it, we know very well that this is the truth. We are on the side of history, we're on the side of grace, and we're on the side of the law. And no matter how long it takes, we in him share no prayer every day. And for that matter, no matter what, in him share and Munyam share ever.
Wow. Okay, this brand here where Sampa mining fast, this. And yes, what Sampa need now. Almost cost you fees are down. No,
oh, for now, I think so far, Cheyenne can't now almost about 5-10 houses have been burned. But unfortunately, the report is not been out there.
That's 5-10 houses near. Almost,
Nana Gyafla for they are intimidating them time and again, intimidating them, bullying them, because we have decided to be your Sharia, Shebi, we never see Okumono and Sampa, and that is why we expect the government to work. It doesn't mean you are a coward. Shebi omo anamu tuno mo tuna omo koso okuma no shebi sankrofo no omo properties ebisu okuma no mo ebisu ohanam by extension yes you nkrofo ko bisu betimi atu anamo the Asantehene can also revive omo sorry omo so betimi atu anamu tubi, but is that the way we have to go? And that's why we expect the government to intervene and to find out when any kind of way, and they can find out from the truth from Mensia as an time and again. Mensia, any woman in here, and a Mensia, and they say to let someone Gyafla about the seat of government, so they know the truth. They should not pretend.
Now, almost question if you know. Up to now,
Because they know the truth.
And police for cardiac for answer.
They will not respond to you. They will tell you that they are investigating the matter.
Sampa police for.
They will tell you and then the next time they tell you an order from above. There are available records. They are reporting more than 45, 50 cases.
Wow.
But nothing has happened. They have decided that they will not act. And we are not saying Shebi. We are calling for anything. They can say why and Shebi obession and yeah. Why any no credit any there? Now cannot credit. By seeing the government is supporting them. And so we have no option than to report back to the overlord of the Asante nation that the matter must be dealt with. From that perspective.
I learned someone I teach you now. I have to account.
No more can shall we national security now about raid now shall be say no credit and I say you have your information. You should know. Say to let someone that feel no if you shall be here in fear or daruma. And for that matter, so why do you deliberately go there and invade? Because they knew what they were doing. Until they planned and they came. Before Medruminia, they gave them a light. Before Medru Kumonum, not Sebi to let some of therefore they have told them to leave the community. They leave. They left. Until almost by that midnight and then they invaded. And then exactly. Wow. And yes, time and again they have been invading us. Omona Sebi to trash them and Omoye. I didn't think that in Dana Omonco baby Omon and Cochimo. But time and again, anytime you will be piano, remember to let someone Gyafla fee. We are saying that Dana we are going to avail ourselves to the law to make our position clear.
Now some of the reports go and say Sabi na Samba Gyafla in phone ya one
Omnira Omo Yinila Asenila the military Oma Yinila Tiaso Esanse Sebi Obi Bejo Church Obi Otumission Obi Tination near course no Ebuapaye Obi and the Sechi Obi Bejo Church Otumission Obi. And so clearly it's a war. And it is a war against the Asante nation and probably Nana Dormaahene the way it's misbehaving in the government. But the government are support no. It's a government in support no. Government must make it clear why and then Sampa him. The government or declared that position is very clear. Wow. The way President Mahama is the overlord of this country because Ghana for the 12 man no sana to let someone Gyafla to Sampa him by law. And yes, Sefatano no. I said no cretu, I said it all. And we should not pretend. We should not pretend that we are saying so.
Again,
they were in the metro mass buses are no more. In the metro mass buses, they threaten them. Asanteman, Asantehene Wahano, by a wine. People in uniform making this position. We are military. Meanwhile, a military man have to know Sebi a can amani and Amra. If an amani and Amra free, we have the constitution of this country. Within the constitution, amani and Amra womb. Until you come in Amra, you should know it's not by Sebi buying anything in it. So Sebi, only my money and Amra, you own Casse, Munamosi, Yura, Asihine. So only my money and Amra and Kaboja, Sampa, Asanteman. But in the there's a funny thing going on in the community. They say all the officers no more Kumano. I think they are started deploying them. And it's funny enough, sometimes the position of taking is very absurd. We are asking the situation, why are they behaving that way? You are saying they've taken sides. Of course, you are saying BICBR now only two and Mutua as an Okredi enemy. And so clearly, all of them are taking sides. But near can say, Sebi Omuniho MOB, they are there for the people of this country. If they are there for the people of this country, DNA no cre, and for that matter, somebody no cre, it should be a somodeto. Why are they taking sides? Why are they taking sides? And why will the military invade Obi premises? Now what threatens Sampa? Now I can't say Mona Mosi Musumira. We are telling government that this is what the military said.
Wow.
And so it's very scary.
Behind agenda being a young
of course, no, that is why we are saying time and again. Said there are people supporting these activities. And people we expect the Asante nation to understand that so we are not to let someone Gyafla. It's an agenda against the Asante nation. It's important they rise.
Wow.
And defend the cause na Kano. It's a planting, and it's a planting being engineered by Nana Dormaahene, but people think, or they think probably they should.
You allegedly, because there's no substantial evidence to support the claim. Say Nana Dormaahene shall say, whatever.
He is recently. He was not the one who said Sampa. I said Sumase. And in another video, was not the one who said Sampa. Asanteman.
Yeah.
And so clearly, So he's a character who is misbehaving, who is dealing, and then who is pushing that agenda. And that we are saying, say, that is why we are calling on nobody.
Okay.
We are calling on the president to make his position clear. Why any Sampa mine by law? Customarily, why any Sampa mine? Sebi, you think Sebi Ira? No, Sebi was cinema hin, and was cinema hin, and you to me in this year of our money near my in this year. Now you keep on dragging Ira, Eddie, and that's why we are saying, Sebi, we will see the statement, and we believe there must be a forceful statement from the Asante Nation, and there must be forceful authority to the government by the Asante Nation that look, and for that matter, we are calling you to sit up. We are not begging you, but we are asking you to enforce what the law says, and we expect in the coming days. This is the statement that will be coming from the Asante Nation.
Sampa this year, disappointed.
We are very disappointed in the government. We are very disappointed because the reason why we are very disappointed is the fact that look, you cannot deny somebody of his birthright. You cannot use politics to undermine something which is a truthful position. And I'm Sumabanwe. They can say, dear Ghana, America. And then one year can say, why? And then sector minister in terms of Chieftaincy, Era Ahmed. I didn't minister, I didn't know minister. That's a Ghana, right? And man is out to me. Shout to me, Biana Sebi, HSOB, my hand. How you know very well that is that validation of authority. Yet the NDA, and man, sir, we are sector minister. Say, any day, I didn't know, cannot crack and making sure, Sebi. You Sampa you should be bold enough to tell your party faithfuls that look, this is the authority, and you hide behind politics, and then you pretend that you are not aware. You are aware. You are aware. You are aware, and that's why we are disappointed. Because Sebi, I wish your opinion to Labu when you go on the record clearly on him. I'm on for him. Someone was some about artists.
Wow.
I'm on for him, and there are a whole lot of people to let someone Gyafla, the deputy secretary, catching me. He has been faithful to this government.
Wow.
The records are there, and why are they pretending? And they want to twist the whole story as if they're politics. We will not allow them to do so. We are saying they should ask the truth, and the truth, I will mention, they will find out.
Okay. Now, is that an idea or one crime? The best we see no one crime. My banana man is not the SC, they announce what kind.
But Daruma and I'm to be as a Fatabiani too.
Okay.
And then at the right time, we are going to respond. And once we respond, this is all part of the whole reaction to the process. I have question, but I think we are going to use the rightful channel. So we are responding to some of the issues. But for now, it's important we tell the masses that this is what has transpired, and we believe in the rule of law, and we believe that the law will be effected, and we are going to force the government to do so. And government cannot bully anybody, but the government must accept the fact that this is the law. Because they see Odobroni, it may be near or Sampa. It's a gazetted chief. He must be recognized, must be protected, and must not be pretend. But government must not pretend that there's no overlord within the community. There's an overlord, and the regional minister must know the responsibility that is the sector government or the central government, the president, to tell the regional minister there's an overlord, and they can't say and they can't want to brush him because there must be that truth. Since they be Ghana in the way to make one a boom as a nation to be able to bring the needed development that we need in this country.
So, well,
I think as we speak now, Obama and Kofobi bail, and the bail normally amount. I think they are heading back towards the community, and then we are prepared to avail ourselves. They should charge us. The videos are there. And the videos are there. We expect government to intervene in this matter, to deal with this matter swiftly, because there's an overload there. Government cannot manipulate us. They can't government, regional minister government, DC government, the president is government. They are in between and they are manipulating us.
This is account.
Of course,
George and
Danny count. What
about the MP?
The sector minister, they are all part of it.
Member of Parliament.
Of course, they are all part of it. He's my good brother, and I'm saying he's part of it. He's part of it. It's part of it. Because if he's not part of it, we are saying that what is the lawful position? What is the lawful position? Maybe some minister and say, and then if you know, we question if you're bending it. Has he ever make a pronouncement? The minister know what being a no akanda, or Mushishi, if you know, or being a no akan. Sampa or condemn on that statement. And what sort of country are we living? We must be serious in this country, and we must be disciplined in this country, and we must enforce that what is truth is truth. And that is why we say, you have said the Irabano, Sebi, Yebehu Bibi, Shebi, the one year concern or Darma airtime. Abroso airtime. The can say we are calling on the government to enforce the law. We are not coward. We are not coward. We can act and we are going to act. But however, we believe it's important we tell the government that is the position. And once we tell the government that is the position and the government fails to act, we have no option than to act. We are not coward and nobody can bully us. The can say why they cannot cry. And if they feel that Omuntimi and Yakwanya and Emisha no Krema, they should come back to Mensia and find out the truth. You Mensia, any Abine, any Abine Dini. So they should not hide behind politics and misbehave. Wadaruma, I will shame the Deka.
That's the chance the air cost was Sampa air time. So the million can and some also do a Biana, Yan Persia Beccabi, but because this is the last straw that has broken the camel's back. Some pants and some shots, and Yakaya, and you mention ye. Ablantia noa, or no bonus of no Kumono, or no can move you, and not another family which are full na everybody running the ball moon crew. I'm not was showing some the big talk just there be. Oh, yeah, at this own carriage, you know, the first say the first day I did, who quite is a brantium. And I'm a queen and ask somebody Gyafla. And this is someone Banamuna by running, they run what can be. Now, say, I'm quite a month, Tiasia, not a year, and this is going on a month penny for at now, sir, from a bunny term because I said 2023 MPP, I'm going to tell you. So, what's now I feel? And I'm free swine, and they are buying with swabber. Once you buy it, and your man Bassassan, of course. And to the Accüse, President, I'm a bit like on tea.
They are where
Mr. President, Odobroni, but could you be proud of them? Acquire the man, none of Papa is with us of cheese best trial. Wasn't the law is the law, and to say the America, only gazetted chief the beginning. I'm a poor, Sabi, non pussy for him and all. NBI for, I mean, I bet share, I catch a car from Mamma Bill. Oh, National Investigations Bureau, but shall I be your car? I said, no money bill. And to Kobasa, no be a teacher, but you say, then I bought the idea, or the hour to play it to an amount, not Sampa the way do. And then I'll be teacher, but you say there is a political undertone.
Of course,
but negligence, nay, they must see you money when you may be one. A hard drink. And if I was Sampa brands and we shall see, and yet among for Japan, dear crying a cacry. Now the another see the Madame Roma. So most of them for me are post for a soldier for a Prince. I will call it
Adama, I can't translate. Once the police issue communicate. That communicate is a false communicate. False communicate. When you look at the narrative, once they realize the backlash, probably that news that was trending, they have to issue that communicate to indicate, say, that's why we are saying that they should tell us. Campaign and we had that my friends saying meeting. I said they have organized a special operation, but at all time there might be that special authority exactly. They should tell us there's nothing like that. And clearly the communicating police for issue Sebi afterthought and they cannot deceive us. Sebi Sebi so musum ye won't find no credit and to be somebody no credit or Daruma.
Wow. And see yes simple for a hard dream. But could the only president temper Massesia Nana said do Baku or man pussy for him. Would never share NIB as fair best or can't someone bill. Because most 1 year you need to move and Gazetino. It ain't no point no so here. Some pounds was a money more catch ups and answer by Gyafla, Gazetino. Now, size here Gazetino Crano. Chieftaincy Act, this one, the offer my money and my name, you know. There was a chain you and Yajina to and you compare some with another Sampa Gyafla. And Sampa Gyafla, I go through all the process more by him. A Dormaahene committee report in the year 1986. I can say Sampa Asanteman, Asanteman home, Asantehene any day. And yes, government white people that all know from 1986. Is the president telling us on yeah aware of the Dormaahene committee reporter, but Penny Rollins address almost at and they are government white people until 24 once
again, you should let me make it clear. That is, you see, we are saying we are not going to do politics.
Okay.
Let's make it clear.
Okay.
Now look, that is why we are equally calling on the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Baumia.
Okay.
That he must make an official statement to the mediation now. Era Ekayano. Sebi.
Okay.
Making ruling. Amkasha Abugra Azuka and Bokomahin. There must be the official statement. Say, Oba accepted that position.
Okay.
And Sana said, you are Benya Quanya, I be trying Banya so and Sana, Nkofo Kubia, so say, omo bu bi animtia. He must accept it today. And sana said that BBC, and then people will take advantage of it. It's important. We are calling on His Excellency, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, to also be the official position. So, which clearly we are saying, any policies na no credit, whether you like it or not, truth is truth. He must be in that position, and we also equally call on the president of the country to endorse the position of the Asante Nation by enforcing the ruling I cause for Sampa to declare and give him support. Tinebeya asubie ebeko so okon na cashew business na ne shebi the IGF na district betimi generate na omatimi abo mo bra no because I think that's the most important thing that the government must do. I say na so here.
Okay. Enti me dey manusi no na me ka sempo for see ade abro so. Yes, someone yen twen ma Sampa ko nyina mo. Obi selfish interest ni obi tumi bi opese tumi bi any or imaginary power bi any wa opese o chese o don so wo.
The constitution is supreme.
Mpanyifo aye di mu na bogu ntaka nyame adom wa benya MPD wa Asanteman mu a. Enti de ekoso na you tell us say wonni mu wo hwe. Asafo na post for choice operation interior minister, sector minister wonni mu wo hwe. Na so wonni mu wo hwe dia e ba ne say na sabi omo call yes omo ya post for soldier for concrete investigation afọ omo call Asanteman frank wona na Sampa Gyafla himfie omo yi ni na gu for
utitia so
sabi nana kotokwane na otu for ne na Gyafla pictures na omo yi access ni na also cooperation ho ana simple operation omo kwa akoya enti clearly show saying there's a political undertone in the akoso
time you
yes ana nya atwom na bia ne na mpanyifo madaro mamuyo because some of them prepare boko de e kasai ama sesi a obi kwa na ma chine of boko nsensem a Sampa de no monte ana
de kan Asanteman ento mo
yeah and creative be the
Asanteman ento mo
the
Asante Nation to advise themselves. Of course, to be very careful. Be very careful and worry with the government. We are not saying that Obin can say they should not deal with the government, but they must be able to speak to the government. They all of them should organize probably. Sebi omunko right on sebi anamutu bi amutu ensem fata ye wa manye ne amamre na organ mra wa onom ye hwese ne be ya ne amanye ne amamre na ne ahemfofo dia no anamutu bi na omutu a omaji atum na omunya hye sebi omu ya duedue wadaroma because boko de mo kan interior ministry ne cut out about what say omo akoyi one pushing in all boko free all because based on two first recommendation and two for no asana muti ono waka ne de no enye ne de ono ane de mu kra ono ane de two for the kasa and dem sem ka interior ministry monte ana ono bu ntaka ono mpanyimfo ne chieftaincy minister ono bu Amadi Ibrahim jumadi bi akoso okotokofia na matutuntuma na ma hye ntade aba king of kings na ma fans na de onu ya na ma sa dam na ebo apaye omuni anamutu no muni edi na ensem fata they must speak the truth. They can't say they should do anything extraordinary. They can't say one and I can't. Omar running here, Juma. Oye ne bian kwaso. Let's we miss says number 1 Asanteman. Daroma.
Na no yen kwada ni bi ye hwe bibi say na high say then na was a ban say that's a bibia Asanteman na
or time be as your time be the time be to ba temo.
Sabi yetia na no call kwanza man him yi akopa. Na basa Asanteman this year biti dan tie bi na show to bo man kwada bi na dey cry apart for the cat by some investigation is it afini best abosun nesani post for investigation na mo here akosi say
and then is a politician who is benefiting from this the politician who is benefiting from this but yes you can say no I'm sorry na abroso I'm sorry na anya to lesa Gyafla I'm sorry na no mon kase bi o tintezo ko kakra bi sabi e kan wan brashe mu
asem we na Sampa Gyafla kwantimi nkoda obi os na Sampa Gyafla da boko da bi untimi faso bo na Sampa Gyafla o hwe all these state institutions there there any state here omuna bi a chese omu thought was the line of the opponent na Sampa Gyafla kwa beda team no magina adiasi Sampa Asanteman yes sir mon sorry enye santo kwa kwanso mon sorry na mon ka bibi si aban
Omo be mun takwa daroma they should call him to order they should call him to order that look you must find out who is the truth because nobody is begging you but they should find out what is the truth
so dey way kosi na no mo nya mre answer an ka bibi an si aban na won account na se bi aban dey ka bi na
there will be chaos
omo fa hu na no obi ayan na we twa se bi atoma kina bi Asanteman this year wo any ahafa na Asanteman tables ene ye kwa chanko bibi ni obi so yet ai obi ti yeso sa obi feel unsafe cry na ba sa na Asanteman na mu teacher no ti esa na no se we dey esa mo
aban no nka no kwe sha na era say any dia no kra na nya no kwe sha aban no kwafo a na it's not out of politics that they are manipulating the minds of the people. They should speak to the truth. All those lands in those jurisdictions era dia na nya ne dia. That's the argument, and that's the center of the argument. Sha aban person on the Ghana for di no kra. They should tell the Ghanaian people, but they are not prepared to admit it, and though they will manipulate the people and lie to them. They can say all those lands belong to Ira, and that is why he lay claims. And Tina Daniel or say Honla Idea.
And government white people be aware dancing.
And so government know the truth.
Yes,
government know the truth. They should not do politics with it.
Okay. But you ever simple for Mumwa, let me be at because I brought so now no case before reporting this say Anumbi and I say cars be a course they do ABC Asanteman Frank and that first man in the crowd can was man say no much say munya Asanteman Frank be munya in the picture
but before 1957 now in Western Asante before 19 Ucho letter now post officer now in Western Asante abisim sunya nyina awaduma se onyina na we Western Asante atrone nyina but because of politics and demarcation kwame nkoma be tichemu and then those boundaries came, so all those places have been Asante. And so why is the politician deceiving?
Put to order. And so we shall say can be
those people are putting them to order. The government is part of the problem. The government is aware. The now Asante Nation era and it should be answer na era sorry. They must stand up and speak truth to government. That the rule will take you know what you are doing. We will not allow you to undermine us. And we expect that the paramount chiefs within the Asante Nation to take that position and take on government. Because government is behaving as if it's not aware, and government is allowing people. Once the Neko sworn, I said there's no authority in this country. I said there's no law. And Dormaahene show to me, and then they are taking advantage. They are misbehaving. There's no lawful authority. But meanwhile, we are living in a constitutional democracy. Once we are living in a constitutional democracy, remember there must be a rule of law.
Injunction.
Time and again, Omama injunction. Why is he behaving that way? We cannot live in a society like that. It's a giant, and then they should call him to order. Clearly, understand? So you expect an anonymous to take that position, and then they call the government in that position. Odobroni.
Okay. See, when for you should be a kind of quench. Now, a brand here no teaching our person. Oh no, why it was it? And I'm not so much. But anyway, in our course was Sampa.
The politician is feeding on that chaos. And so the Asante Nation must fight, or the Asante Nation must tell the government the truth. That's the most important thing. Odobroni.
Also, no one can be being some by
Odobroni.
Now, buy on the two Asanteman.
Asanteman
home fish, your best as an actually. Zabre abani mu mpanyifo no na nam krabi ani enyanwo
Asanteman abani ni ye dani na abani Asanteman abani ni ye ni die
ye be da so na
ni die wo beje mo kanishe mo ni die wo mo beje mo kanishe nana mo sorry nana mo sorry Odobroni
se binyame ado ne
kase am de me kanze na ahima afọ kwa na me sorry me so afro mo that omon kanokwe and che aban Zampa amani ni amamre de omo ma no omo trans ya ma aban e ma tutu na se the queen mother should speak. They must organize, of course, and they should speak, and they can speak to the first lady that the role that your husband is playing, he must know, and respectfully must know better that this is a lawful position. Sebi you run a cancer no identity sebi oni mana you to know sebi omani sho omubunu only any be mano but don't find no country be so to Odobroni. They should tell the woman Odobroni oba penny no can't anywhere.
And I remember somewhere, almost the Ghana police officer report character and about one. Almost say, almost confirmed two near the
two should be sound say the two no for they should ask the legal question. Is it lances? Is it, of course, is it for protection? Is it the fact that to let someone that flash you machine if you 1, 2, 3? Is it the fact that Oma couldn't call for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And so you are telling me that I should not protect myself?
Self-defense,
of course. Yeah. And so the laws of the country allow for self-defense, allow the right for you to buy a gun and lance it. You can't say you knew your control should be so. But it's important we protect ourselves and let the state not pretend. Shall be who to be any paboni for. And a kunkum has the state. As sorry, I can I can Sampa, over protectiana, a banana can be on carry. No, I was working with you, children. Are you saying I should sit down there for you to keep on bullying me? You are not being fair, you are not being sincere. We are saying being truthful to the people and show love to the people because Sebi, you are Montaka, you are a child of God. And I say, be none one, I say, be in a fashion you cannot cry. Be the say the truth behind the spirit, behind the law. Why not all cannot cry channel? Why don't you show fidelity to the law, Musaka? You're a Muslim brother. And if you're a Muslim brother, you have to speak the truth.
Okay. Martin, we simple for bit no more to one. I'm asking you, but didn't have a pimba, yet then you McCoy, so as so boy, Chidomia don't say, everything you dear bro. I say, you won't trade young for Yadom, Yawa day, dear, 26th of March. Our twice, not twice a pound or no any job them subcommittee center can see was the amount twice a chrono or pound to come up. You are twice at the same way children, Ghana mine and protection will be able. Sounds now, Kranza mine so ever power or mine and your mind him at your chairman signs and I'll come back for. I toss man, Kranza mine and I ask upon Kranza mine over to the so 7.4 sons are offered the audit. Yami, I don't want. Easter Saturday, 4th of April 2026, and Kranza Manina, AG of Mahine, and your Mahima. Actually, my dear way, Lord Dina Mahama, Emma, May Excellency, First Lady, or no, and a special guest, or not some Pahima on Kranza. That's why Kranza de Shekon, you are, and Kranza my Manina, and the Ghana, my Asanteman, we ask me, I can take you.
Political party will be joining, but the can say we are Mayoku now. I buy more. Maybe I'm not calling that on Fatu. That's what we are saying. We will not direct anybody to join a political party, but we are saying, say, won't me and mine will be birthright. And you should be there. Don't use politics to take that advantage. But that's it.
I was not here. The Pemba, Yamu young Poya to my friend. You be sure. I was by Christy. We need the community. Yamin Macau. Bye bye.